Hey guys, this is like an old school video, no notes, no planning. Just I'm going to talk about an idea that's been in the news. And of course, the big news has been the Haitians eating people's pets and the little ducks on the pond. And then we had the Venezuelans taking over apartment complexes, not just in Aurora, Colorado. I think they took over a hotel now somewhere in Texas. It's just a mess. And the typical response from Donald Trump Jr. It exhibited this. He's saying, "No, all these people are coming in and they're not vetted." And I'm like, I don't care if they're vetted or not. I don't want them in here. And this is why we fail. And sometimes what we have to do, we have to step back to look at the morality of the situation, because this is a morality play. Most things in politics have to do with morality. And the conservatives or normal people, they feel like in order to be moral, oh, I can't be racist. So they have to say, oh, it's not, I don't want these Haitians in because they're Haitians. It's because they will kill my little kitty, or they'll kill the duck, or these Venezuelans are great people. They're great people, except these few bad apples that are taking over apartment complexes. And I'm like, well, is that really the good argument? Is that really the good argument to make? Because it's a morality tell. So that's why you say things, oh, I just want to make sure they're vetted. And oh, if they're vetted, what does that mean anyway? Oh, come on in. See, this is why we lose. But we have to understand the morality of the situation. And to understand the morality of a situation, what I do in my personal life, I try to scale the issue down to a personal level, because we understand this, I think, better, because geopolitical politics, sometimes it gets confusing. And because of that, we don't understand the basic morality of the situation. And sometimes it gets turned on its head. For example, one typical example is this notion of a preemptive war. We saw that this country was building up arms, so we had to hit them first before they could attack us. We're like, yeah, that's moral. Is it? Is it moral? So, I did a thought experiment. Let's say, like where I live, there's my rancher that lives next door to me. Let's imagine I observe him. Oh, wait a minute. He's buying some guns. He's got some guns. He may be attacking me. I better attack him before he attacks me. So with that mindset, I take my gun. I go over there in the middle of the night and I kill him and his wife and his dogs. And then the police come, the sheriff comes, and I said, hey, it was a preemptive attack, dude. It was totally moral. He was building up. He had weapons. I saw he had weapons, so I had to attack him before he attacked me. Would that be a valid defense in a court of law? No, it wouldn't. That's not self-defense. Now, if he was attacking me first on my property, yeah, self-defense. But for me, just to go over there and say it's preemptive, no, that's immoral. And it's the same way about this whole immigration debate. Is we live here. This is our home. Small towns like Springfield, Ohio, and other small towns in America, Fayetteville, probably Fort Smith. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they had a cohesion about them, meaning at the 4th of July, still in some of these small towns, you have the 4th of July party. You see the flag waving and kids playing and various, they're playing baseball. And maybe there's a parade and firecrackers, fireworks. And then the Halloween, everyone takes their kids trick-or-treating. That's their tradition. You look at the kids, you say, oh, you're so cute, your costume. And you give them some candy. And then you have Christmas comes and everyone goes down to the town square and you take your kids to see Santa. Maybe there's some young couples on a date and they're taking a picture by the lights. It's really cute. And you drink hot apple cider. This is all what makes up a community, right? And you send your kids to school. They basically are the same people as you. You know the families. They're the same heritage, same language, same basic religion. You have a common denominator that binds you together. This is what America is. This is what a homeland is. And this is what we want to preserve. So all the other stuff of like eating pets, or taking over apartment complexes to rob the citizens, or driving drunk and killing people. Yeah, those are all bad, don't get me wrong, but that's not the primary issue. The primary issue is that we have a right to preserve our homes. We have our rights to preserve our homelands because we live here. That's the only reason we need. We don't need to make up these other excuses, but the right always has to try to make up these other reasons. You don't need to do that. This is our home. They're not compatible with our home. They need to live in their home. It's just that simple. By making up and having to justify ourselves, we're on the defensive, and we shouldn't have to do that. We should turn it around and say, why do we have to take these people in? That's immoral to push these people on us. And again, just put this on a personal level. Let's say dating a girl. You date a girl, but you're not really interested in her. But you got to date her. You don't want to say that you're whatever mean word. You're a bad man. You got to date this woman, and you're like, I don't want to date her though. She pooped on the lawn, and I don't want to date a girl that poops on the lawn. And they're like, well, that's just a one-time thing. She's learned not to poop on the lawn anymore. And then she goes, but then we were inside, and she ate my gerbil. She ate the gerbil. Well, she won't do that anymore. She'll learn. And you're like, but I just don't want to. Here's another reason I don't want to date her. She steals things. Well, she does it all the time, and you could train her not to steal things. But the point is, you don't want to date her. You don't have to have all these other reasons. You don't have to justify it. And we got to get to that point. We got to get to the point. I don't want Haitians in here. I don't care if they're vetted. I don't care if they live, quote, well. I don't care. They're not compatible with our communities. Same with Venezuelans. This is why we have homelands and countries. God bless them. Let them have their country and do what they want in their country. They don't belong in our country. This is the key thing. We have a right to our homeland. Everyone thinks this about the Jews in Israel, that they have a right to their homeland, but somehow us saying we have the same right is, that's hate. And we got to reject that. And we got to stop on the right trying to justify why we have a right to the homeland because, they eat Fido, or because they poop in the street, or they commit crimes. Yeah, those are all bad, just like this imaginary girl that you don't want to date. But the real reason is we don't want them here, just like I don't want to date the girl. And I don't have to justify that. I have no moral obligation to justify that. This is our home. We don't have to allow everyone in. Full stop. That's all that comes down to. All the other matters, that's bad, but I don't really care. Even if they clean up their act, great. Clean up Haiti, clean up Venezuela. God bless you. Do it down there. You don't need to be here. This is our home. This is our community. We have our traditions. We have no obligation to destroy our home. In fact, that is immoral. So we got to flip the morality on the left and not act like it. We got to get smarter than the typical conservative. Well, as long as they're vetted, they're not vetted. Okay, great. We're vetted and they're coming in here to destroy your home. Oh, that is great, right? No, I don't want them in, period. Talk to you guys later.